Well, hello and welcome to my little booktube space. If the YouTube algorithm gods have done their thing, which I really hope they have, then some of you might be new here. And if you are new, hello, my name is Stacey. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're not new and you're one of my regular viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. It really means so much to me. Today I'm coming at you with a book haul. Recently we decided to turn our front room into a library. It is a really slow start, but as you can see, we are getting there. For a long time we didn't have anywhere to store books, so I sadly had to get rid of I had to get rid of all of my books, which, yeah. But now that we've got this space, I am starting to build up my book collection again, which means that I have been buying a lot of books. And because I'm buying a lot of books, I'm buying mostly second-hand books. We're talking charity shops, we're talking vintage. This haul is all about the charity shop books that I have bought this week. As you can see, I've bought quite a few. I am predominantly a thriller reader. I like the thrillers. I like the police procedural type of crime solving, those types of books. Those are my usual scene. I am, however, trying to break into different genres. The first book that I've picked up is The Family Across the Street by, who's it by? Nicole Trope. Published in 2021. How well do you know the people next door? Everybody wants to live on Hogarth Street, the pretty tree-lined avenue with its white houses. The new family are a perfect fit. Catherine and John West seem so in love with their adorable 5-year-old twins. But why don't they join backyard barbecues? Why do they brush away offers to babysit? Why, when you knock at the door, do they shut you out rather than inviting you in? On the hottest day of the year, a tragedy unfolds behind closed doors. The dawn chorus is split by the wail of sirens, and the families who tried so hard to welcome the Wests realise Hogarth Street will never be the same again. So, like I said, I picked this up in the charity shop. I think it was £1. It's in really good condition, as you can see. No, yellow sticker. It was 50 pence. So that's the first one I picked up. It checked on Goodreads. It has a Goodreads rating of 3.88. I mean, when it comes to reviews, take them with a pinch of salt, isn't it? Everybody experiences things differently. I mean, one person can read one book and think it's the bee's knees. Another person can read the exact same book and think it's utter shite. It's just, you know, it all depends on people, isn't it? And people's opinions and opinions are based on what they've experienced in life, isn't it? So everyone's reality is different. It's shaped by their experiences and their upbringing and all sorts of stuff, right? So whenever you see reviews, take them with a pinch of salt, because it's coming from somebody's mind who's been experiencing something and it shapes their views on things. So that's the first book, Family Across the Street by Nicole Trope. The next book is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Now, as I said, right, I am a thriller police procedural girl, okay? That is my thing. This is not my scene at all. But I am trying to break into new genres. I am trying to experience new things. And because of that, I am starting up on here a book club, a little book club read along type of thing. I asked people on YouTube and on my Instagram page to recommend some books for the book club. This was one of the recommendations. I currently do have a poll in my community posts, so if you haven't seen it, please make sure after you've watched this, go and check out my community post and vote for which book you would like us to start off with. If you're going to join in on the book club, which book should we read first? I'm not clued up on different genres. I'm so stuck in my ways with my books. So the books that have been suggested, I know nothing about them. I have no idea. Go and check out my community post, vote on the book that you think that we should have for our first book club read, and hopefully you'll join in as well, because I'm really excited about all of this. Anyway, like I said, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. So published in 2022. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California at Maple Hills and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she could never like a hockey player, right? 18 plus content not suitable for younger readers. There we go. So this actually has a Goodreads rating of 3.81. So I got it here purely just in case it wins, in case it comes up on top for the read along for the book club. What I'm planning on doing is, even if this doesn't win, maybe I'll pop it into the suggestions for February's book club. Also, if you have any suggestions for book club reads, please send them in. I don't mind what it is, what genre it is, what anything, right? Just chuck anything at me that you think would be a good book club read, or just a good read in general. The next one I picked up is The Perfect Wife by J.P. Delaney, first published in 2019. It has a Goodreads rating of 3.67. Abby wakes in a hospital bed with no memory of how she got there. By her side is her husband Tim, the driven British founder of one of the world's most groundbreaking tech companies. They met when she joined his startup as artist in residence, their marriage a Silicon Valley fairy tale. But as Abby's memories return, she realises there's something missing from Tim's version of events, because 5 years ago, Abby Cullen Scott was pronounced dead. Dun dun dun. It intrigued me. I'm looking forward to this one. It sounds right up my street. So, why have I decided to start a booktube thing? Basically, I have always been a reader. I've always been a massive bookworm. And I've been reading since I was tiny, since I was really small. And I started reading proper books. I think I was about 13 when I went into my mother's bookshelf. I picked up Postmortem by Patricia Cornwell, and from then I was hooked. And it's all I've read ever since. We are all bookworms as a family. My 12-year-old in particular is, the majority of these shelves are hers. But yeah, as a family, we are bookworms. And for a long time, due to the houses that we were living in and what have you, we didn't have anywhere to keep books. So I had to get rid of all of my collection of books, which is just so sad. It's so sad. And for years and years, I was just reading on my phone, basically. I was reading ebooks on my phone. We've decided to make good use of this room now and turn it into a library. It is very much a work in progress, okay? Everything behind the camera is a shambles right now. We've bought these bookshelves, and obviously because we had the bookshelves then, I needed to start filling up the shelves. Although, like I said, Amelia's already done a good job of filling up these shelves. Yeah, it meant that I could replenish my books again. So I've been going to the charity shops and I've been picking up new books, and because I've been picking up new books, it's got me excited about sharing the books again, and sharing the books that I've bought and just reviewing them rather than just reading. It's got me back into just appreciating the books and displaying them oh so proudly and wanting to share them with people. So that's why I've started up the booktube side of things, okay? I've been vlogging for a little while now, family life and days out and things like that. So the booktube, slotting booktube into my agenda, it just fits so nicely, and I'm really looking forward to it. It just kind of makes sense for us to have a booktube side of things. I was going to start a separate channel for it and do my own channel purely for that, but I know for a fact that my brain will not cope with running 2 different channels. I've tried it before, I just cannot do it. The same as Instagram and all those types of things. I can't cope with more than one. People just have to deal with my jumble of interests. That's how it is. Next up, I've got The Doctor's Wife. One of the charity shops near me do 4 for £1. And this was one of the ones I picked up because I needed to make up the 4 basically. But it does sound good. It does sound tidy. So The Doctor's Wife by Daniel Hurst, published in 2023, so it's not even that old. He thinks his secret is safe, but she knows the truth. My husband is a doctor. He's smart and charming, and everybody trusts him, except me. On the surface, it looks like I have it all. The perfect marriage, the perfect husband, the perfect life. But it's far from the truth. Dr. Drew Devlin is not the respectable figure he makes out to be. The reason we moved to this beautiful old property with a gorgeous view of the sea was because we needed to put our past behind us. It should have been a fresh start for us both. Except I've discovered my husband has been lying to me again. He's using the power he has in his job to mess with people's lives and to get exactly what he wants, no matter who it hurts. But he's underestimated me. I've had plenty of time in this big isolated house to think about all of his mistakes, and my husband has no idea what's about to happen next. Yeah, I like the sound of this one. I'm really interested in this one. It has a Goodreads rating of 3.92. Sounds good to me. This one is battered. Annoyingly. But it was one that, again, it was in the 4 for a pound offer. I needed to make up the 4. I like the sound of it. I mean, I'll read it. If I like it, then I'll probably rebuy it in a nicer condition, basically. But for now, this'll do. And it is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. Published in 2023. On a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found. For too long, Opaline, Martha and Henry have been the side characters in their own lives. But when a vanishing bookshop casts its spell, these 3 unsuspecting strangers will discover that their own stories are every bit as extraordinary as the ones found in the pages of their beloved books. By unlocking the secrets of the shelves, they find themselves transported to a world of wonder, where nothing is as it seems. So obviously this is not my usual type of read, but that's what I need. I need to delve into other genres. So this is something that I'm really looking forward to trying out. It is quite a chunky one, but I really like the look of it. As you can see, look, I don't know, somebody's taken a scissors to it and just sliced a chunk off there. And on the pages down the bottom by here as well. So if I like it and I want to keep it, then I'll rebuy it in a better condition. It has a rating of 4.06, which is pretty good, right? Then we have The Last Resort by Heidi Perks, published in 2023. 2 people, 2 sides of the story. Whose do you trust? When Erin and Will start having couples therapy, they hope it will fix the rift that has appeared out of nowhere in their marriage, but their therapist, Maggie, can't work out whose version of the truth she can trust. Then, Erin is brought into hospital in a critical condition following a hit-and-run accident. Now everyone is desperate to unravel the truth. So that's that one. Just seems pretty standard really, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to giving it a read. This has a Goodreads rating of 3.9. So again, I got high hopes for this one. Then I have got Sleepless by Louise Mumford. This was one of the ones in the 4 for a pound. This one, it was published in 2020. Thea is an insomniac. She hasn't slept more than 3 hours a night for years. So when an ad for a sleep trial that promises to change her life pops up on her phone, Thea knows this is her last chance at finding any kind of normal life. Soon, Thea's sleeping for longer than she has in a decade and awakes feeling transformed. So much so that at first she's willing to overlook the oddities of the trial, the lack of any phone signal, the way she can't leave her bedroom without permission, the fact that all her personal possessions are locked away, even her shoes. But it soon becomes clear that the trial doesn't just want to help Thea sleep. It wants to control her sleep. Piqued my interest, thought, great. It has a Goodreads rating of 3.42. This is the lowest rated book, actually, out of all of the ones that I've bought. So I'm curious as to see whether it lives up to expectations for me as well, because I really, really am intrigued by the concept of this book. Right, but that's not it, okay? I've also picked up some Christmas books, given that it is going to be December in a couple of days' time. I have picked up some Christmas books. Probably not going to get through them all by the time Christmas comes about, but at least I'll have them for next year as well. This one I started reading it last night, actually. It is The Killer's Christmas List by the aptly named Chris Frost. That is such a Christmassy name, isn't it? Like, that is the perfect Christmas author name, even if it is a murdery one. And this was published in 2023. In the picturesque village of Kibblesworth, D.I. Tom Stoneham is dreaming of a quiet Christmas alone. But in the shadow of the Angel of the North, a body lies waiting. The dead man is posed with a child's Christmas list in his pocket, and the first mysterious item, 1, no angel, is crossed off. When a second body is found, a woman stabbed in the abdomen after her work's Christmas do, Stoneham is convinced there's a grim connection between the crime scenes and the seemingly innocent list. 2. Red party dress. Could this be a murderer's twisted code? As a blizzard rages in the Tyne and Wear countryside, the body count is snowballing. Can Stoneham stop the killer, or will they get everyone on their Christmas list? That is right up my street. That is just... This is the type of book that I absolutely love. Like I said, I started reading it last night. I am in... What page am I on? I am on page 47 right now, chapter 8, page 47. So far it reads just as your standard sort of police procedural thing. There's nothing standout about it as of yet. I really like the idea of the Christmas list type of thing. This is the type of Christmas book that I'm into. This one has a Goodreads rating of 4.13. I really hope it's going to be as good as I think it is. It is the second highest rated book that I have bought in this haul. The next one is Dying for Christmas by Tammy Cohen. Again, my type of Christmas book, right? So this one was, this one's a state. It is absolutely battered, but I don't intend on holding on to the Christmas ones, if you know what I mean. They're not ones that I'm going to permanently keep on my shelf, so I'm not bothered by the state of them. This was quite old, actually. It's pretty old. This one was published in 2014. Christmas, a time for friendship, a time for family, a time for fear. Swept up in the magic and romance of meeting a handsome stranger at Christmas time, Jessica Gold makes a spontaneous decision, but now she's being held prisoner. Every day he gives her a gift, each one more disturbing than the last. She knows he has something special planned for the 12th day of Christmas, but can she outwit him before it's too late? The countdown is on and the time is running out. Now it says here, one of the quotes, you know when they put the quotes on the back like by other people, it says wickedly funny. So I'm not sure what to expect from it, to be honest. The perfect thriller to curl up with this Christmas, but then wickedly funny. This one has a Goodreads rating of 3.59. Then we have, again, battered, The Christmas Killer by Alex Pine. I've actually got 2 Alex Pine books here. I didn't realise at the time of buying them. Yeah, so this is The Christmas Killer by Alex Pine. It was published in 2020. As the snow begins to fall, the body count begins to climb. D.I. James Walker is ready for a quiet family Christmas in the sleepy village of Kirkby Abbey. But when he opens an early Christmas present left on his doorstep, he soon realises it is no gift. Inside is a gruesome surprise and a promise. 12 days, 12 murders. Not long after, the first body is found, half frozen in the snow. As the blizzards descend, panic spreads through the remote Cumbrian village. There's a killer amongst them, and with 11 more victims to go, anyone could be next. Can James stop the killer before they strike again? Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. This has a Goodreads rating of 3.65, and yeah, again, like I said, right up my street. Very much looking forward to reading this one. I wonder if I'll get through them all by Christmas. I wonder. Some of these might be ending up for next Christmas, but we'll see. Right, this one is again Alex Pine, and it is The Killer in the Snow. This one was published in 2021, and it says, the first fall of snow can be fatal. A year has passed since D.I. James Walker cracked his biggest case yet, and he's hoping for peace and quiet this festive season. But across the fells, a local farmer returns home on Christmas Eve to find footsteps in the fresh snow that lead down to his unused basement, and no footsteps leading away. Days later, his body is found alongside those of his wife and daughter. Without a neighbour for miles, there are no witnesses and little evidence, and the crime scene has strange echoes of another terrible murder committed at the farmhouse 20 years earlier. James knows that to catch this killer, he needs to solve a case that has long since gone cold. This one cost me £1.50. This is one of the most expensive books that I've bought. This one has a Goodreads rating of 4.05. I've got high expectations of this one. Last but not least, in the Christmas section, this is actually the highest rated book that I've bought on Goodreads. So this one is The Santa Killer by Ross Greenwood. This one was published in 2022. The Santa Killer is coming to town. One night just before Christmas, a single mother is violently assaulted at the time of year when there should be goodwill to all. When D.I. Barton begins his investigation, he's surprised to find the victim is a woman with no reason for anyone to hurt her. A few days later, the mother of the woman attacked rings the police station. Her granddaughter has drawn a shocking picture. It seems she was looking out of the window when her mother was attacked, and when her grandmother asks the young girl who the person with the weapon is, she whispers 2 words: Bad Santa. The rumours start spreading, and none of the city's women feel safe. Which one of them will be next? This one is the highest rated one out of all of the books that I've bought on Goodreads, rated at 4.14. So I'm really happy with the books that I found in the charity shop this week. I think I've had a really good, decent haul here. I've got quite a few books to crack on with for Christmas and just general reads as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into them. I do have one more book to show. This isn't a charity shop one. I bought this one yesterday. I picked it up in the works, and it is another one of the book club suggestions. Most of you will be aware of this book. It is quite a renowned book. It is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Okay, so this is another one of the suggested book club reads. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want to go and pop your vote down in my community post to choose which book we're going to read first. The book club will be starting in January, just so you're aware. So at the end of this week, on Sunday, I'll be putting up the results of the poll. You'll have the whole month of December to try and get hold of the book that we're going to be reading. How you do it is up to you, whether you get it second hand or vintage. You could buy it brand new, you could get it on ebook, you could get it on audiobook, go to your library. If you've got a library card, then download, if you haven't done so already, download Libby and see if you can get hold of it for free on Libby. Spotify Premium, if you pay for Spotify, then you can get the audiobook on audiobooks for free on there as well. So there's plenty of options and plenty of ways for you to be able to join in. But yeah, this is a really famous one, isn't it? So A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, it was published in 2015. I don't even know. People, you need to tell me, okay, how do you pronounce, is it Faya? Faya? I'm going to say Faya, just Faya. Faya is a huntress. The skin of a wolf would bring enough gold to feed her sisters for a month. But the life of a magical creature comes at a steep price, and Faya has just killed the wrong wolf. Taken prisoner by a high Fae lord, Faya learns that her masked captor is hiding even more than his piercing gaze suggests. But as Faya's feelings for Tamlin begin to burn through everyone and she's heard about his kind, a shadow is falling across the land, and if Faya cannot fight it, she will lose everything. The first book in the sweeping romantic fantasy series. Everyone raves about it. So if you want this to be our January read, then please make sure you go over to my community post and give it a little vote, and we'll see. At the moment, what I've got in the winning, there's not many people have voted, but at the moment the winning book so far is Hey Zoe, which I am quite intrigued by that one actually. About a woman who goes into the garage and discovers that her husband has been hiding an AI sex doll in the garage, and I think they become besties or something. Something happens anyway. But yeah, Hey Zoe is currently in the lead, but this is the runner-up. This is second in the lead, so it could all change. Today's Thursday, and this video should be up live on Friday, so get your votes in quickly, because on Sunday I will be announcing the winning book. That was my book haul for this week. I hope this video has been okay. Obviously this is a new realm for me in terms of vlogging. I really hope it goes well. I'm so passionate about books, and I always have been, and now actually getting a chance to sort of show my passion and share it with people, it's great. Let me know, have you read any of these books? Are they any good? Tell me what you think about them. Or if you haven't read any of them, are there any that you think, oh, I have to add that to my TBR? Are there any that you think you would really like to read? Let me know in the comments. And also, make sure you keep sending me book recommendations for the book club, okay? Just because I've got the 4 suggestions for January doesn't mean to stop sending them in, right? Because I'm going to be collecting book suggestions throughout the year so that I've got different suggestions for each month's read. So if you've got any suggestions, please pop them in the comments. Maybe you've got something on your TBR and you think like, oh, maybe this would be a really good opportunity to read it. Or maybe there's a book that you've read before and you just think like everybody needs to read this book. Or again, another option is maybe there's a book that you know would be a really good discussion topic. I'm up for anything, okay? Just chuck your suggestions at me and we'll give them a go. Thank you for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.